We are live.
All right, here we go. Good morning and welcome to some Untapped Keg. I'm one of your hosts, RJ Zimmerman, here with my Hawaiian friend, Monte Ball. How you doing, big fella?
I'm good, man. Hawaiian friend. I know. I got
The island friend.
got it. The whole Caribbean thing. I'm good. I'm excited. To get to talking about some an important topic that we got today. How are you doing?
Bucks and six, baby. Bucks and six.
That's so true.
Be honest with the game of the ages. You know, we're on vacation, getting this out. Just wanted to talk a little bit. We were gonna record before, but we decided that recording while on vacation won't be too much out. And yeah, we're in the tropics. We're in the. It's fun. It's been a really good time. So
Yeah, we are. We are pretty south of good old Wisconsin. We are way in the good old Netherlands and French area, St. Martin. But it's been a wonderful experience thus far with the family. A good opportunity to get away and kind of unplug from last year. We all understand what happened last year, what we're still currently going through actually as a country,
as a world,
touche. And it's just good to kind of get away and with the family, a safe trip. Being smart, of course, to social distancing, etc. But yeah, it was definitely needed, man. What you think? I think it was good to kind of just put the phones down for a bit, spend time with the family, and kind of recharge your batteries in a sense.
it's a lot of stress off. Like for me, traveling is stressful, and it's only stressful until you get onto the plane. Just getting onto the plane. So actually, for me, it's and a negative COVID test. They wanted both, and luckily we got everything uploaded, and yeah, we still have to get checked every single day, and it's a constant reminder of the world we've been living in for the past year and a half. We're still living. Get those vaccines. Get back to normal, right? But once all that stuff's taken care of, it's nice to have the stress of at home. It's your day. You do what you want. You have nothing on the other side, and it's been nice. It's been really nice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, again, as RJ stated, they're very safe down here. We've been safe as well. We wanted to record this, like he said, on vacation. For one, we want to stay true to our as close as possible to our schedule, but we also just make sure that people understand that the importance of kind of unplugging, getting away a daily grind. There's a lot of positives that come with daily grind, staying focused on your goals, doing what you need to do to obviously stay on your tire yourself out. You can unravel or get to that point of maybe feeling as if you're to unravel, and that's why we wanted to kind of show people that you get away and still be unplugged, still tap in a little bit and do a few things, but then disappear again. So once we're finished with this, we're gonna go ahead and shut the lap, turn off the mic, the webcam, and not gonna touch it again for vacation. But some things that I kind of wanted to talk about, guys. I kind of already there, which is kind of backing away and recharging your battery. So as I've been walking on the beach, man, and looking at the ocean, the boat ride that we're on, it really gave me an opportunity to kind of reflect and really appreciate all the things in life. Family, friends, in my recovery. I think RJ kind of agrees with that too, and I think whenever I think about recovery, the first thing that pops in my head is my family, son, RJ, which is because I think that obviously without my support system, there's absolutely no way I'd be in the position that I'm in today. So I kind of just wanted to throw that out there. I want for people to kind of really about that when you think about your recovery, when you take your time to kind of unwind, excuse me, not unwind, when you take your time to plug yourself to really recharge your battery. Think about all the people or your support system, whatever it may be, whatever it is that helped you out. Kind of attitude towards that, really, whether that's religion, what have you. This journey requires a support system.
And it's definitely important to find that, get rid of that stress, find a way to get that stress off of you. You know, everybody has it on their shoulders. Everybody's shoulders get down a little bit. So what can we as individuals to help ourselves get to a place where, you know, we're starting to have fun? Because despite what people tell you, have fun when you're sober. You don't have to.
It's a good one.
Not have fun. On vacation, there's a lot you can do around not drinking, right? Or just like you can be environment, but
yeah,
it is it's important that you are feeling a big temptation to be able to just walk away or do something different. So
yeah.
That's something that's important. Have fun. I mean, I went down like a 1,500-foot zip line yesterday. Like, you know, that's fun. That chairlift up there, you know, those sites. Back in the day, I already had been like 5 deep, and it'd be blurry, but I remember it exactly for what it was yesterday. So, you know, being in a paradise back when I was drinking, I was drunk.
Oh yeah.
Give me those Mai Tais. Give me those, you know, Mama
yeah.
Juanas. Give me those.
What the heck is that?
That's Dominican Republic.
Oh.
But being able to appreciate what's around, like Mons was saying, the little things, the waves crashing, people enjoying themselves, just the beauty that's around you, the simpleness of life, watching people do what they do every day here.
Right.
There's a beauty in it. There, you know, and then seeing different cultures. There's so, like, the island that we're at is such a melting pot of different cultures, and you hear French, you hear Dutch, you hear German, you hear Spanish, you hear English, you hear all of it, and it's amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah, that's. I think you touched on it really well there, which I think is a really important topic as well. Talking unplugging, recharging your battery, take time for yourself, time to reflect, taking time to really show gratitude and be thankful for those or whatever it is that has helped you throughout your journey. But I think it's also important to talk about, you know, how you can still have fun, you know, being sober, how you can still be fun, or how you can still have fun.
And be fun.
And yeah.
Right?
Right. But in environments where there is an abundance of alcohol, we're in the Caribbean. You know, not much needs to be said after that. You understand what's in the Caribbean. Rum. It's alcohol's everywhere here in the Caribbean. We've had the opportunity to go out on a boat. And again, this is a very inexpensive trip. So, you know, we're not sitting here bragging. Very inexpensive. It's we recommend folks to check it out because you'll see what we're talking about.
It's affordable.
Yeah, but had the opportunity to go out on a boat, and again, this is about going out into the Caribbean waters. So it's open bar. It's people getting tipsy. It's people getting drinks.
Beers into the ocean too.
Yeah. So there's, you know, people about our age drinking, having a good time, which is good for them. They seem to handle it well. But my point here is that we still had a wonderful time being around it, but staying true to our journey, our recovery journey, understanding that isn't our past. We can't do that anymore. Because we would probably have fun for the first 5 minutes. We would then tear something up.
I haven't been throwing
up, probably getting locked up. That's me, doing something to get get this in front of me. And I'll tell you what, I do not miss that. I do not miss that behavior. So how do we manage that? We see it, we smell it. I smelled the Heineken that those guys were drinking. How do we manage that? I know the answer, but I want to hear your take on it.
Every different, right? So for myself, because I'll tell you, those rum runners, those Moscow mules, they looked really, really good.
They did.
They did. But you play the tape to the end. We talked about Bethel. We talked about Michael. You know where you're gonna end up. You're not just gonna have one or two. One of the other things too is you get something to enjoy. You enjoy some type of drink, right? So you enjoy maybe like a Coke, a Sprite, Fanta, whatever it is. Just go up and enjoy that view that you're sailing into, right? That you could remove yourself from the seat to the back of the boat, have a conversation with the captain. Try to distract yourself from the temptations that are there, because they're everywhere.
Everywhere here. Yeah, great point. And I think that's a really good answer to that. And I'll chime in, echo that for sure. It's you just got to figure it out. How are you going to, really stay true to your recovery? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know if this is a trip to make when you are your first couple weeks into sobriety, even months, to be honest, until you figure out how to help yourself. Because, and I'm not saying you're years into it, but you just have to figure out that first step. When I'm getting tested, what can I do to help myself? So,
D Rose, what's up?
That's kind of what I do. I think you do somewhat similar.
Yeah.
So like I found some really good coffee on the island, so I go get coffee. See here, what else do we do?
Yeah, I mean, we've crowned him given the task to find the good food spots, good coffee spots, and obviously, listen back to our first ever episode. RJ is a food head, and I think that's a great point that you just made, where it's figure out what it is that you like to do that kind of pulls you away from those thoughts of maybe diving into that rum, because again, it's all around here. But I think you've done a good job. We've done a good job. For me, essentially it's harm reduction, meaning I've been drinking a lot of soda, which is still not good for you. But again, obviously it's better for me than obviously alcohol. The Fantas down here are really good for some reason.
The soda hits different when you're drinking it.
The coffee is really good. Getting different, just checking out how different cultures make in their coffee. One thing that I've really noticed, and we're all over the place here, but again, these are things that we fill our brains with when there's rum around us, when there's beers around us. It's the coffees, it's the sodas, it's the cultures. Well, down here I've noticed, which most people know this, when we leave the tree, there's no sugar in their foods, in their drinks, and you notice it immediately. And it's different. It's odd, because obviously you only know I'm only used to what I'm used to, that being the States. But the food down here is just so much lighter in your stomach, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. It goes. You get hungrier a little bit faster too. So yeah, where you get that sweet craving, and it is. I really like it. As a foodie, I guess. I love the flavors that you get from kind of tempering some of those. Such an extreme, right? And same with like salt, and I don't use a lot of salt.
Right.
And that's to me, I enjoy it. Like, just enough is perfect. I don't like really unless it's honestly black pepper or peppers.
Mhm.
I like spicy food. They got some hot sauce down here. Oh my goodness, is it good? It is so good.
Yesterday
That
at that
flavor.
restaurant,
Yeah.
that restaurant crunch.
Ooh. Yeah.
It was hot. It was
But
hot.
but you got like, we've been to a restaurant that's very authentic Italian.
Mhm.
Like I've been to Italy, and it's as good as some of the food I've had in Italy. To Caribbean restaurants,
Yep.
and to just like local Dutch and French style restaurants. Breakfast, the breakfast is different in Europe. So like we have a lot of eggs and potatoes, and they have like just one tree or meat. They have a lot of meat for breakfast.
Yeah.
That is uncooked hard salamis, or even like sandwiches they'll have for breakfast in Europe. So it's a little bit of a difference, but we've been grocery shopping, and the groceries are actually somewhat priced, even though I'm sure it costs a lot more to get it here,
Right.
get it to where it needs to be. So that's really cool. Some stuff is very expensive. Some stuff is milk very expensive. Very.
Very expensive. Very expensive here. But yeah, that's what we've been keeping our brain distracted in a healthy way. Distractions from the not so healthy for us, or really for alcohol is obviously not a healthy thing, but obviously the way that we consume it is a very destructive manner. That's how we've been really getting our brain away from the outside noise here, and that's Vicky and literally here at our hotel at this resort. Late at night, you hear a bunch of people outside party.
Oh yeah,
bunch of people.
oh, yeah.
And I think this is a good segue into the Bucks, the parade, because how does one who is a Bucks fan living in Milwaukee, who's on a recovery journey, attend the parade, the party that they're going to have at Deer District, when, this is Wisconsin we're talking about. Wisconsin without an event is drinking a lot, but now you got the Bucks winning the NBA Finals, champs of the league.
First time in 50 years.
First time in 50 years.
First time since someone named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was on the team.
Wow. It's a while. That's a long time. So somebody manage that in the city of Milwaukee, because I can only imagine some, that tug of war that I want to go,
tough.
But I'm gonna be around a bunch of drunk
it's
people.
Tough. It's really tough because you want to celebrate. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to celebrate. You just have to find something that's for you. If you don't think you can be in and around it and maintain your sobriety, then you just don't. That's kind of how it is, and it's unfortunate because I'd love it for everybody able to do what they would want to do, but there's gonna be a lot of alcohol, a lot of beer spill, a lot of champagne spill, a lot of champagne shot out. Bring that sparkling apple cider, bring that sparkling grape juice. Find the thing that can keep you grounded, keep you leveled. Go with a friend, go with 3 friends, go with anybody who can help you, and you have to bring people that you trust, that aren't going to push it, that are just going to be like help you say no, that are going to help you maintain. So that's honestly all I can think of. That's what I think
that's important, though. I think that's very important, because when I always think about this stuff, I always think about, again, I harp on it so much, you guys, if you've been listening thus far, I've been just, essentially, you could say beating a dead horse, but it's that support system. Finding someone who's in recovery is what you should be doing, but if you can't find somebody in recovery, you have to find somebody who understands your recovery, not just understands that you don't consume. Okay, this person just doesn't consume. That's not the kind of support system that you can really rely on. This person has to understand, or these people have to understand who you are, what your triggers are, and at times when you get quiet, what you're thinking about. Um, those are very important things that this person, these people who you call your support system, have to understand. And so that's what you got to do. If you plan on attending the Bucks parade, which I think you should, if you are in a comfortable spot in your recovery, you most definitely should. You also should if you have a support system as well. So in a comfortable place in your recovery and a support system, you most definitely should, make way to the Bucks parade today. But you just have to be safe. If I was there, I most definitely would be going there. But I would make sure that I have my support system, make sure I had a exit plan, make sure that you just have to plan. You just have to plan because I can only imagine how it's going to be. It's never happened before. Even when the Bucks did win 50 years ago, it was in Milwaukee. So this has never happened before. So you just got to prepare yourself. Plan ahead.
Be safe and have fun. That's what it is. This is still hasn't set in yet that the Bucks have actually won a title. A Milwaukee team won a title like this. I grew up, and the Bucks and Brewers were bad. Like had Ray Allen, the big dog, Glenn Robinson, and Sam Cassell. They were really, really good. They were knocking on the door. They had a better chance to beat the Lakers that year than the 76ers. But Allen Iverson, Claude, he got them through. It always feels like you're right at the precipice, and then you don't close it out. That's what it still hasn't quite hit me yet because I was preparing for the fall. Watching the game, it was like every time there was a big shot needed, it was Giannis. Yeah, Giannis was right there. It was unreal. Giannis. It was unreal. He dragged that team through 2 quarters.
Wow.
That dunk around 3 people, I still watch it and I'm like, are you kidding me? That Brook Lopez dunk was awesome too. Like that was like, yeah.
He went straight vertical with it too.
Yeah.
You can't get it. I think, this is not even our sports podcast, but I think we would be doing a disservice not to mention it.
For sure. Absolutely.
That's an important, because we're tying it in obviously with the state of Wisconsin, the drinking culture, and that's going to be heightened, of course, for the next couple months.
I mean, the temptation to drink is at your peaks and your highs and your lows. So your peaks and valleys. It's not just when you're feeling depressed that you're going to want to drink. It's when you're happy, when you're excited, when you are very excited, when you're ready. Giannis making 17 of 18 free throws. Let's go. 17 of 19, whatever it was.
That's how you be remembered. That's how you
clutch.
That's how you are remembered. And that's just it. As a star player, going into a big game, all eyes are on you to make plays, to be the leader of the team in a big time game, and he checked all the boxes, every single box, rebounds, blocks, points. That's a dominant performance.
I mean, making the passes too to open players, even though they weren't hitting all their shots. Like he made a lot of passes out of triple teams that 2 other players that gave them a chance to knock down some big shots. So, and obviously, we need to touch on Bobby Portis, baby, because Bobby,
he plays mind games. I love it.
Bobby,
he plays mind games with them.
Oh, that was a lot of fun watching him. And then, the way he went down the court, got that technical. I don't know if that's technical, but that was.
I think
it was just fun to see. It was fun to see. So
the refs were a little questionable. What did you say? The last 3 games. The last 3 games, but I think still at the end of the day, the better team won. They really did.
And they did it. They did it without Middleton.
Touche.
like in that game, Middleton,
He only
and
had, like,
honestly Holiday.
I think he only had like 16 or 17.
But, you know, 6 of that was very clutch. He had some big
Yeah.
shots in the fourth quarter. So, you know, it's not like they did it without. And he plays high effort defense.
Yeah.
If you're going to score on him, you're going to have to work to score on him. And that's a good thing. That helps him on offense. So, yeah, it was just, you know, they kind of just grinded it out. They end up winning 4 in a row after going 0-2.
It's incredible.
And I get this as a Wisconsin sports fan. Every time I see them go down 0-2, doesn't matter if it's the Brewers or Bucks, I get a pit in my stomach. Like, it's just not meant to be. I just know. I'm waiting for it.
You gotta lose 2 to win in 6.
Yeah, that's true.
So they did it.
Bucks in 6, baby.
That's incredible. So yeah, we wanted to mention that because again, the parade is today, that being Thursday, and they're ending the parade at Deer District. So that's going to be a whole ordeal there. So you just got to be safe. You got to be smart. You just got to make sure that, again, your support system, make sure you're in a comfortable spot in your recovery. Make sure you plan. You have an exit strategy. And also with that extra strategy, maybe go do something else as well, because you might experience a little bit of FOMO. Prepare for that as well too. If you're going to be leaving 3/4 of the way in, meaning only a quarter left of the event, you may experience a little bit of FOMO. Or even if you leave halfway into the event, make sure you got something planned afterwards. Maybe a hobby, maybe go grab some food, maybe go, depending on the weather there, we don't know what the weather is, but go grab some food and go by the lake. Do something. Don't let that FOMO get you. That was the big one for me. FOMO is a huge one for me. So you just got to make sure you just got to plan in advance. Have a plan. And
you're sober, so making a plan isn't a big deal. You're not missing anything by making a plan.
Right. Right.
Not everybody's already started without you, because
so true.
You ain't starting. So
true.
That's something that took me a little bit to get over. Yeah. You know, I think before I went to my first game, I was 4 or 5 months sober. I was probably closer to 6 or 7, and yeah, I was very lucky that I went with a couple close friends. The temptation was high.
Yeah.
People were offering me drinks, and I didn't have to say no because my friend stepped in. No, he said no already. Stop asking.
Right.
And yeah, if it wasn't for him, falls in that first year or two. So,
which I think it's important for us to say this, that it's I'm very mindful of my words when I relapsing. It's when I say it's part of the process. It's not as if I'm saying
not the end of the process.
That's the best way to put it, because you know, you don't the days and the years that you may have collected up until that point are still there. Your growing side is still growing.
Learn from it.
It hasn't ended.
What you've learned so far is not all of a sudden gone and doesn't work. It's that you need to add something to it, maybe, or maybe take something away. Quit being so hard on yourself, right?
Right.
Like that, you know, putting a bunch of stress on yourself about not drinking
can make you drink.
To drink, right? So you just gotta find things to do to have fun that you're not thinking about that drink. I guess it's weird. It is
it's weird.
There's a fine line.
It's weird because it's not easy. It's not easy, and it's never. And where we keep it honest here,
it's never over.
It's never over. It'll never get to a point to where it's like super easy. It's gonna be with you until your last day, because alcohol is always going to be one of the driving forces of American culture. Entertainment. With entertainment comes alcohol. Entertainment drives the country in a sense. That being sports, being Hollywood, etc. And with those events come alcohol. So alcohol's always going to be present. Those urges may get a little quieter, but they're still going to be there. So that's why I just have so much respect for those who are on this journey, because you are literally rewiring your brain. Literally rewiring it to find joy and to receive the same rush of endorphins, serotonin, etc., from something else, which, as we all understand, the very powerful muscle, very, very, very powerful organ, and it can't control you. But I think those who are in a comfortable place on their recovery journey is figuring out how to control it. Don't let it control you. That is a very powerful thing. It really, really is. There's not a lot of things out there that you can do that is similar to this. That's why I have the respect for folks who are on this journey, because it's a grind. There's no end date. It's hopping into a race. Most people wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Most all, you wouldn't hop on track and the coach just says to run, and most people don't do that. And like, well, how far? Nope, just run. Most people can't do that.
I had to do that once. Run till I say stop.
Right.
And I'm not talking about my sobriety journey. I was in trouble.
Same. Yeah.
It's not my fault I'm in 5th grade and practice isn't right after school. I mean, I got to do something. But
so the rest of our trip, man. Rest of our trip. I mean, I know we got, again, we're in the good old Caribbean. It's rum everywhere. I mean, everywhere. As soon as you step off the plane, you know, there's rum right there in your face. What we have planned are more events, of course, but we're going to make sure that we stay true to our recovery, make that we stay true to everything we just mentioned here. We're going to practice it. You got to practice it. Practice saying no.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll just take a Coke.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to say, sorry, I don't drink. Or,
and it's so funny how they
will give you looks when you say you don't drink.
On the boat, she kept coming back and, you want something to drink? And I never lead with the, oh no, I don't drink part, because I don't know.
You don't want other people to feel uncomfortable.
Right. I just say, no, I'm okay. But then they keep coming back, and then this is that look that they give you where it's like, no, okay, I'll just take a Fanta, or I'll take a ginger ale. I've been crushing some ginger ale out here.
Sprite.
So crushing it. I gotta get away from this soda. Gosh.
Yeah. It's when the first question was if we wanted a rum runner, and your dad was like, well, there's only one person in the group who drinks. And the dude like turned and looked at us like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, like, what are you doing in this country? What are you doing in these waters?
It was a fun day though. It was a really fun day. So yeah, it was a really good time. That you just have to, you have to have your mechanisms that you're gonna go to help yourself. So, I like to find the hole-in-the-wall restaurants. I like to find the local places, the places the locals go to, because honestly, it's the best food. We haven't really been disappointed here though with food.
No.
Everywhere we've been has been good. So.
And I think what you mentioned earlier too is, the old us would have been heavily drinking and drunk here, and you would have had those gaps that you wouldn't be able to remember.
Yeah.
And I think as we get older, you really start to appreciate the importance of memories, because unfortunately time is one thing we can't defeat or slow down. And so those memories, we're able to still, we will, after this trip, we'll be able to reminisce. We'll be able to think back on every single moment.
Your photos aren't blurry because you're swaying.
I think this is important. That's just another positive about it. When we talk about having fun, while still being true to your recovery, it's very possible, you guys. It's very, very possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of weird, I'll be honest, because you go throughout the first couple months, maybe first couple years, believing that that's not possible, but it is. It really, really is. It really is, which is a crazy thing. very fun, very very fun experience. Really, I don't know.
And that's the thing is it's the experiences that we appreciate a little bit more. It's the partying or really the missing out or
Yeah,
even whatever you're trying to numb or compensate for, the moments, the little moments, moment to moment. If you're just starting out, it doesn't have to be one day at a time, and just be one moment at a time. Not even 1 hour at a time. So what are little moments that can help you? Is it listening to that bird song you hadn't heard in a long time? Is
yeah.
finally get. That can help take away the cravings too. Like if you're craving the taste of, and you find a different craving that you've had and satiating it, that will help the other craving go away. I found that with sometimes I get these candy bars that have marshmallow. Like if I'm really feeling like a beer, I get like a Mallow cup because I'm really
Well, alcohol has a lot of sugar in it.
well, yeah. So like I'm craving, like I usually have a craving for a Mallow cup, so I'll go get it, and it helps take away the craving for the beer.
Yeah.
So that's just something that helps me. And then cough drops can help as like
That's so weird to me.
appetite suppressant.
That's so weird to me.
If you don't want to eat, just throw in a cough drop.
So weird to me. You mentioned shows real quick. I think it's a good time to segue into, we talked about obviously our trip that we're still currently on, how to stay true to your recovery, what we're running into while we're out here, which we're in the Caribbean. Again, it's rum. That's what it is out here. But how we're still, again, staying on our path. But I think it's also, I think, towards once we start winding down on the show, well, we still got a little bit of time, but some shows. You mentioned some shows or video games, entertainment. That's obviously a huge hobby to us. Video games and shows and movies. Any new shows out? Any new shows? Any new? Oh, I wanted to ask
Ted
you.
Lasso comes out next week, or maybe it's this week. It might be tomorrow.
The new season.
Yep.
All right. So I need to watch Apple TV.
So it's gonna be your new show. Go back and watch over.
So I wanted to ask you. So I checked out on Twitter. It said like FIFA or something's coming out with some E5 or did you see that? Something different is coming out with FIFA or something. I got to really check it out. But I brought the good old PlayStations out here, and on the downtime times when I would really find myself at the bar, just probably grabbing a quick little drink or a quick shot to kind of fill that gap, fill that time. Now, if the family's asleep, I'm not so tired, I'll just throw the game on, play some FIFA, play some Madden, just to kill some time. I think it's so important. As much as we harp on it here, we're going to continuously, is you gotta figure out what you want to do or what you can do at times when you usually would be drinking. That is so important. That is just so important. And again, that's why we talk about it.
Finding those new hobbies, I've done cooking. I can't recommend Blue Apron enough for if you always wanted to start cooking and you haven't had the courage or don't know where to start. Blue Apron is a great place to start. They help me, learn different ways to cook and ingredients to put together, and that give me confidence that I can do the cooking. There's just like going for long walks and enjoying what you see. And, there's always hustling, especially like down here, there's always people going somewhere. So it's just kind of fun to watch that. And then just having a good, wanting to experience different cultures, that's something that you can do when you're drunk. You can't experience a different culture when you're drunk. You just go back to your old ways, right? Yep. So, have some fun too. Don't feel like you have to be a stick in the mud. Like go out, play a pickup game. You know, find something to do with friends. Go to trivia nights.
I think it's important. Doing random stuff.
Yeah.
Normally, because again, you're no longer told you have yourself to do stuff that you wouldn't normally do because you just don't know. And maybe it's what you really like.
And people don't make fun of you.
No.
Wow. If they do, they're holes. You don't need them anyway. At least you know that. But yeah, it's that a lot of people kind of need, but find it within yourself to will be able to find the courage. Like you'll be able to find a way to manage your anxiety, to just say, what's the worst that's gonna happen? They laugh. I'm never gonna see these people again. What's the best thing that could happen? You can make a new friend. You can have some fun. That's kind of the discovery.
I mean, yeah, we were swinging off the boat. One of the stops they call Tarzan swing. In a nutshell, it's just a bar that swings out from the boat into the water, of course. And again, there were threes on this meaning there's three groups. Obviously, our families, and what you had to stand up on the railing while everybody's watching, poke your butt out, because you had to kind of sit down and put your arms up, and while everybody's behind you watching, swing out into the ocean. And we did it. No, it's your journey. Find yourself, figure out yourself, what you like, what you don't like. Get to experience life with sober eye.
Yeah, an experience. Experience is one. Find your experiences. That's don't sit in the same run in. It's trying to find new paths.
Yeah. I think that's a good one to end on right there. I wrote if you anything else, of course. And we covered a lot.
Bucks and 6.
That's crazy.
World champs.
That's crazy.
Thank you, Giannis.
That team, if you had that team on paper, no, but they play at. That's just it. They play as the team. They know their role. Play team basketball right there. Team basketball, impressive. To go through hard. Go through a really good. So Bucks and 6. If you're going to the parade,
have a good week, everyone. Yeah, thanks for being adaptable with what we had going on. Understanding the sound quality is not going to be the greatest on this. We just kind of threw it together, and
we're pretty far away.
Yeah, we'll be talking to you guys on Sunday for our regularly scheduled show, and let's try to be better tomorrow than we were today. Because at least if we didn't make it, we tried. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, take care.